I'm Kathleen Henderson from Roots and Boots, and I'm going to show you how I plant a fall cover crop. This is a first year hugelkultur bed. It's actually the most recent bed that we installed. We have, I think, 6 here in this newest part of the garden. And I had tried to plant my leftover Brussels sprout seedlings here, but honestly, I was in the middle of like tomato onslaught and all of that, and I think that I didn't water them enough. I just kind of planted them and left them to survive, and they did not survive. So this entire hugel bed is bare, and I'm gonna go ahead and plant a cover crop on it. I should say it's not exactly bare. We have covered it with the used muck from our goat pens. So it's their straw bedding that is of course filled with their waste products that helps to fertilize the ground. So I'm going to experiment by just sowing my seed right over this goat muck, and I'll keep you posted and show you how it does. The seed that I'm using is from Johnny's. It's actually called a fall mix, fall green manure mix. And if you're not familiar with the term green manure, it's basically, we're adding fertilizer, we're adding mulch, we're enriching the soil with green. We're growing green plants. So instead of adding like compost or animal manure, it's green manure. And this is a combination of winter rye, field peas, hairy vetch, crimson clover, annual ryegrass. So all of those make a good fall cover crop. I'm hoping that there's still enough time with warm temperatures for all of those fall crops to get started and to grow big enough to hold the soil over the winter. I'm also going to sow fall cover crop seed here in the cinder block bed where we grew potatoes this year. We will not grow potatoes here next year. Probably we will move the cinder blocks to a new row in the garden because I always rotate my crops, never grow the same thing 2 years in a row in the same place. But whatever grows here will benefit from the added nutrients from the cover crop, and I also want to prevent weeds. So one tricky thing with using composted horse manure like we do, that we get for free from a local horse farm, is that it sprouts weed seeds like crazy. So one thing I'm concerned about is sowing this cover crop seed here and how to distinguish the cover crop from the weeds. I don't want to raise a big crop of weeds. So this is all an experiment. Gardening is always an experiment, trying to figure out how it works, what the best way is for your particular situation. So I actually already sowed some cover crop seed in here, but I didn't have a lot left, so I stretched it kind of thin. I have new seed now that I'm going to put down, but some of the cover crop is already coming up, so you can see some green growth in here behind me. And we also get a lot of clover that just comes up. I don't know if it's from our compost. We also have it all over the property, so I don't mind having the clover here. I have a little bit of lamb's quarter in here too. I also don't mind that. So I'm going to throw down the rest of this bag of cover seed. And I'll keep you posted. Let's see how it does.